And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the Mighty 1090 studios with Captain Frank LoPreste and First Mate Kathy Rounds from the Royal Polaris. We're going to have a great show talking fishing today. You stay tuned. Southern California's Sport Fishing Voices. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
The new Shimano Torium HG is here, and you'll be able to experience this fantastic reel now at your local Shimano dealer. The new Torium is up to 30% smaller than the previous generation, but still has the same line capacity. The smaller S compact body design and one-piece die-cast aluminum frame provides more rigidity and lighter weight. Torium now has EI surface treatment and is tested up to 700 times the corrosion resistance of past models. The new Shimano Torium HG is not only better on the outside, the inside is amazing, with a cross-carbon drag providing up to 24 pounds of drag pressure from a Star Drag reel. It has a sealed roller clutch and 6.2 to 1 brass gears. The machined aluminum handle has a larger knob to make it easy to crank in the big fish. The new lightweight aluminum spool gives you better casting and control. Available in 3 sizes, the Torium HG is the next evolution in compact, rigid, and powerful saltwater Star Drag reels. Get it now at your local Shimano dealers.
Let's talk candidly about long-range fishing. This is Captain Frank LoPreste of the Royal Polaris and the Shogun. Nowhere on earth will you find a fleet of long-range boats like we have in San Diego. We are fortunate to have several top-notch operations to take you to the most productive fishing grounds in the world. We all offer good food, comfortable staterooms, huge bait capacity, and top-of-the-line fish-finding electronics. So why would you choose the Royal Polaris or the Shogun for your next long-range trip? What sets us apart from the rest? It's pretty simple. The boats, the crew, and the service. From the moment you arrive at Fisherman's Landing, the service begins. We help you load your gear and do everything possible to get beginners or seasoned veterans ready to catch fish. When it's time to fish, the Royal Polaris and the Shogun have the edge there too, delivering the 2 best fishing platforms in the fleet. But don't take my word for it. Come fishing with us. If you want the best, it's Royal Polaris and the Shogun. For more information, call 619-226-8030 or on the web at royalpolarissportfishing.com or shogunsportfishing.com.
Discover the reliable Yamaha 4-stroke family. This versatile line of outboards is available in a range of horsepower with exciting new additions like the advanced technology next generation F-115 and F-200. Both the F-115 and the Innovation Award-winning Yamaha F-200 are the lightest double overhead cam 4-strokes in their classes. The original F-150 delivers legendary reliability, and the all-new F-175 creates a convenient new horsepower tier. Compact, lightweight Yamaha 4-strokes, perfect for repower and ready for anything. Find them today at your local Yamaha Marine dealer.
Are you as excited about spring fishing as I am? The water stayed warm all winter, which means it's shaping up to be one of the best seasons ever to get out on the water. It's also shaping up to be one of the best seasons ever to visit your Ford dealer. The all-new F-150s are starting to roll in. With over 100 new patents, it's guaranteed to be a game changer. The new Mustang also has everyone buzzing. You've got to check it out. And the new Fusion, Focus, and Escape are better than ever. Fuel efficient and loaded with technology. There's as much interest in these new Fords as there is in spring fishing. In fact, Ford was the most searched automotive brand on Google last year. And once again, it's America's best-selling brand based on 2014 calendar year sales, which makes Ford the brand more people search, buy, and buy again. There's a lot to be excited about this spring, whether you're after tuna, yellowtail, halibut, or a brand new Ford. So visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. What a fun show today.
Yeah, indeed. Captain Frank LoPreste from the Royal Polaris Shogun. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Peter. Great. How are you guys?
And
Great.
you brought your first mate, Kathy Rounds. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, everybody.
Great to have you guys here in the studio. And, wow, Frank, some some things going on here in the world, right?
Oh, there's always something going on.
Yeah. And
we even have some, we have additional parking even to talk about.
Yeah. Isn't that nice that that's finally coming together,
It's coming together in a hurry. Yes.
Yeah.
So sweet.
So what's the deal on that? Now it's free for 72 hours, right?
Yep, it's free.
But don't park your car longer than 72 hours.
That is correct.
Right? And if you're going to do that, put it in the lot, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Because they will.
It's 72-hour free parking, probably through August and maybe to the 1st of September.
Okay.
Once the entire project's finished, then it will be metered 2 hours, half day, up to 72 hours. There'll be 72-hour spots.
Those electronic meters and numbers on the spot, or whatever.
Something to that effect.
Yeah, some kind of meter deal.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's great. I mean, so does it add spots to our inventory of parking?
It definitely does. It really helps the half-day boats, the three-quarter day, the day and a half. 3 day is pretty marginal because really if you're going to go on a 3-day trip, you're going to be there more than 72 hours.
Yeah.
So it basically helps the day and a half, and the half day and three-quarter day.
Yeah, okay. Is the parking going to be cheaper on the meter than in the lot, or we don't know that yet?
It's controlled by the Port of San Diego, so does that answer your question?
It's going to be more expensive then. They got to pay for the sculpture.
The brick inlay in the road.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
It always gets me when I go down to have sushi down at the fish market. We get 7 minutes for a quarter.
Yeah, what a bargain.
What a deal.
Up to 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, up to 8 o'clock at night. But it's looking good. The guys are doing a great job there. The realignment is really going to make it much easier, much more user-friendly.
My hat's off to the port for doing a good job.
They're really doing a nice job. Those guys have been working diligently trying to get the project done.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a good enhancement. So what about the Royal Polaris? Back at the dock now after some major work?
We're going to have a little blog up here pretty quick, which I never thought of it before, but using the big travel lift to put the boat in the water, we've got films of that. It'll be up pretty soon. And people haven't seen that travel lift has like 16 tires. And the tires are $10,000 a piece.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
No
How
way.
big
the
of a
travel
boat?
lift itself is about $3 million.
Wow! $3 million.
Yeah, that's at Marine Group.
At Marine Group,
down
south.
So it's quite a sight. We'll have that up real quick.
Yeah, that's cool.
And and a blog on just what we did, but it's been an insane amount of work.
That's where the big boats have to go. Now, the boats like the Royal Star, Polaris Supreme, American Angler, they can be pulled out right there at Driscoll, right there.
They have several options, whereas the Royal Polaris and the Red Rooster and the XL have very few options. Yeah. And then we're also controlled not just by U.S. Coast Guard, but American Bureau of Shipping, which is just a whole nother story.
Because the boat's bigger and heavier.
That's right. If you're over 102 feet at the waterline, then you are also controlled by the American Bureau of Shipping.
You're considered a ship.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And unfortunately, most of these guys treat us sport boats as a ship, and we just can't quite measure up to that. The amount of hatches they want, watertight doors, and all of that kind of stuff. So, anyhow, it's been very interesting.
Yet another regulation.
We've done a tremendous amount of improvements, but boy, has it been a lot of work. I think our fish are going to come out better than they ever have because we've completely stripped the wells. Not that they didn't come out good before; they came out fabulous. But
they always do.
Now we've stripped the wells, took all the foam out, all the fiberglass out, took the aluminum out, put new tanks in. New foam, new fiberglass, new gel coat, replumbed everything. That's just in the wells. Did some work on the bait tank. In the galley, we completely removed the entire ceiling. All the wiring in the galley has been replaced. New LED lighting, USB charging ports, outlets over every table, just new loudspeaker system. With volume control for the TV over each table, just on and on and on, and new char broiler in the galley. Now we're going to the pop dispenser where people can get all the soda they want at no charge.
Nice.
And we're no longer we're going green too, Pete. Everybody's getting a cup when they get aboard, a nice Royal Polaris cup with Royal Polaris Sport Fishing on it. And that's their cup for the trip. And after that, they can use a plastic one that'll be in the galley, but
very nice.
Yeah,
Good
that's
idea.
cool.
no more. Well, there was so many cans that would go in the water,
Yes.
or
Paper cups.
paper cups and
Yeah.
things like that. So,
Yeah, thousands and thousands.
so no more bottled water on the boat, no more can pop, any of that. It's all through the dispenser.
Very nice.
That's a good
No,
idea.
that's a great idea. Absolutely.
So that, we did that.
Not waste.
All new ducting in the galley for air conditioning. 2 brand new air conditioners in the galley. 2 brand new conditioners down below. Checked it all out yesterday. It was at 60 degrees.
Whoa.
So we're gonna have
Put your wine cellar down.
We're gonna have to warm that up a little bit because I can just see these people crying now. That, oh, it's too cold.
Too cold. Yeah.
I just see going down to the staterooms and seeing all the ducts taped up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just what you want.
Just what you want with duct tape so it sticks to the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, first trip out, coming up middle of the month this month, right?
Yep, June 17th. And great thanks to especially Jonathan and Eddie and a few of the other guys, Jim Hughes. What a tremendous job they've done through maintenance. I mean, a lot of hours. But,
Oh, boy.
But anyhow, we're going to be really ready here.
And there's fish to be caught. I talked to the cowboy this morning, just came in on the Independence. We heard from Captain Jeff DuBois yesterday on the Independence, and fabulous weather and fabulous fish.
Great start for
Yeah.
8-day trips. I
Right.
mean, just absolutely perfect.
Yellowfin in June.
Well, we've had that before,
Yeah.
Pete, down outside the 13. In fact, I remember having one of the best catches I've ever had down there, actually down off Lusitania. But outside that 13, that's happened many years, and it's actually a little early for it to be up that high.
Yeah.
And so and the size of the fish is great, 30 to 60 pounds. That's
Ooh.
nice yellowfin. You can't ask for anything nicer. Great yellowtail fishing, few wahoo around. So it's just going to get better, I believe.
Now, Aaron's out on the Shogun, right?
That's right. He gets
Yeah.
in today.
In today.
And sometime this morning, I
yeah,
believe.
he's the one that found all that fish.
He found that yellowfin outside the 13.
Yeah, very nice. So he's got a nice catch.
He's got a beautiful catch, and he only had 18 passengers.
Oh,
So-
man.
How lucky for those guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
What a fun
they
trip.
they had a great trip.
Yeah,
So,
fantastic. So, what about space on the Royal Polaris and Shogun? I'm telling you guys, we've been warning you for months and months and months, and it's happening.
Yeah.
Guys are just filled.
well, most of the boats are definitely getting to the full point. We have on July 8th a 7-day trip through Highest Tackle that has 7 or 8 openings. Why
Wow.
it does, I don't know, but
Wow.
it does. And immediately after that, July 15th, there is a 2-day, I'm sorry, not a 2-day, July 15th, there's a 7-day limited party trip, limited to 22 people.
Oh.
It has two spots open.
These are aboard the Royal Polaris.
Right. And other than that, you want to watch for cancellations because I heard just yesterday the Fujimoto trip in August, the 7-day, had a cancellation. Yeah. So, if you want to get on one of those trips, pretty much most of them are all full, but you should call the office if you want to get on one and get on standby because you get a cancellation. On the average, every other day, you get one, you pick another one up, you get another cancellation.
Sure.
So cancellations do come in. And if it's another boat you want to fish, you want to do the same thing. Call on and get on standby.
The ladies in the office have a standby list for
Every trip.
every trip, or just say, hey, if something opens up, call me type of thing.
No problem.
Yeah, that would be for both the Royal Polaris
That's right.
as well as
And
the
I know the
Shogun.
Shogun had a 5-day charter that canceled. And there's a new 1.5-day trip in there with plenty of openings. And there's a couple other trips that have plenty of openings. So all you got to do is go to ShogunSportFishing.com or RoyalPolarisSportFishing.com and check it out.
Yes,
We try to
online
update the openings every day.
Every day.
So that's what's going on as far as openings.
Pretty darn good there, absolutely.
Now that July 7th trip, I don't know why, or July 8th, 7-day, I don't know why somebody hadn't gotten on that, but that should be a fabulous trip.
Yeah.
Should be wahoo, dorado, yellowfin, bluefin, the whole works.
What about Wahoo this year, huh?
Well, I think we're going to have awfully good wahoo, but
Yeah.
it's hard to say.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to predict big schools on the 9 Mile Bank, I don't think I'll do that.
Come on.
I would like you to go ahead and do that.
Happen.
That sounds good to me.
We'll take that for sure.
I can just imagine Booger's boat with 55 people and everybody hurling a jig. you
Yeah,
know.
or trolling a marauder. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It could happen, though. I mean, it's going to be a pretty
It looks like it's going to be an interesting. And then again, you look outside a couple hundred miles, and there's water out there that looks albacore-ish.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So so it's hard to say, John Yamati told me he expects albacore this year. I think he's out of it. I think he's smoking the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
I think there'll be albacore either next year or the year after.
All right. I'm going on John Yamati's side.
Okay.
All right. I'm not smoking the same stuff he is, but there have been major El Nino years, if you look back in history, that had fabulous albacore.
A lot of times I'm really willing to offer a prediction and be pretty certain about it. Right now, I'm very confused whether I can't say it'll be next year, this year, the year after. I don't think it'll be this year, but I will admit it's possible. Yeah. And it's also possible we will have all the rest of that stuff. I think they're already seeing a few Dorado, from what I hear.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So it's just hard to say what's going to happen.
It's so early.
It's so early. You got these hurricanes coming up like they are.
Oh, yeah.
You got 3 of them back to back to back. That's going to move some warm water up in a hurry. So if the albacore did come in, they're either going to bite early in the morning or late in the afternoon, and they're not going to stay too long unless there's a little block of cooler water, which can happen out by the Bell Bank or something like that. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
That's the fun part of it all.
Yeah, if we could predict everything, just like go out there and catch it. Oh, now what do we do, right?
And I do think that, for those interested, I do think that the Mexican government will open bluefin fishing to sport fishing very, very quickly.
It's going to happen.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Very soon. Yeah, they've already pretty much said it, right?
Well, they've indicated that.
Yeah,
yes.
so
they've indicated that.
Well,
I know the commercial boats are pretty much done catching all they need. So
really,
yes,
wow, they've already caught their 3,300 tons.
That's the sad part about what the environmentalists and what the scientists have done to us about. They have no real studies, and here they are. There's just these huge, giant schools of bluefin out there everywhere. Clemente, Catalina, 43, on the border, below the border, and they're telling us, that
you're done.
We're done. We can only catch 2 bluefin. Per person.
Well, maybe it'll be a short-lived deal. I don't know, but.
It's always much tougher to change
something back.
Although, for those, when this bluefin does start to bite, you want to jump on it real quick because so far that limit hasn't changed.
Yeah. So get on it, get out there and go fishing.
It's amazing just to see how much is out there. I know that lately the counts haven't reflected as much because bluefin are bluefin and they're, notorious for showing and jumping around and not wanting to bite. But, you talk to the guys that come back at night and they might have a count that only reflects however many fish, 20 fish, 30 fish, 10 fish. And they all say the same thing, that we just saw spots all day long, screen completely full of fish on the sonar. And that the volume is definitely there. And if and when it decides to go, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's just going to be crazy.
It's going to be
crazy. Because the grade is what's so unbelievable. I mean, how often can you just, go on your day-and-a-half trip and absolutely every time right now have a legitimate chance of catching a 100-pound tuna? Because there's a lot of those out there.
Oh, yeah. And it's just a matter of getting them to bite. They're going to bite. It's just a matter of when, right?
I feel that's absolutely correct.
All right. You just have to be there on the right day when their mood is right, Frank?
No doubt about it.
Well, they're just kind of moody guys, those bluefin.
Timing with everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, as you can hear, we've got an awesome show today. We're going to be having a lot of fun with Frank and Kathy, talking fishing and having a great time doing it, and we would love to have you join us. If you want to be a part of Let's Talk Hookup this morning, we would love to hear from you. There's 2 ways you can be a part of the show. If you want to first call us on our local line, that's 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or you can reach us toll-free. That toll-free line is 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only going to be talking to Frank and Kathy all morning, having a lot of fun and answering your questions, we've also got a really cool prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today, and that's a 3-quarter-day trip to go fishing aboard the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. Talked all about it yesterday, all the great fishing that's going on right now. Good yellowtail fishing in the islands as the water conditions clean up a little bit. Maybe good a chance to go offshore and get that great tuna fishing. But a very cool trip on a great boat. Again, 3-quarter day on the San Diego at a C4 Sport Fishing for one lucky caller at the end of the show today.
And we're going to add in a pair of tickets to the big Captain's Reception Monday, June 15th at the Valley High Restaurants, 5 to 7:30. Frank, Kathy, you guys are going to be there?
We're going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, the crowd is building, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a who's who of sport fishing at this, including Paul Hebert and Captain Dave Marciano, of course, the victor this year, and the Wicked Tuna, the Tuna Wars there. And who's going to be the victor in the Tuna Wars? Who are you betting on, Frank?
Oh, I have no idea.
Come on, the Tribute, Eclipse,
I'm
Paul Hebert.
I'm going to go with the Tribute.
The Tribute, okay, and Captain Paul Hebert. The Team Wicked Pissa.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wicked
which,
Pissa.
by the way, there's still a couple of spots available.
3 or 4 spots
available on the Eclipse is sold out.
Right.
The Tribute with Captain Paul Hebert, it does have 3 or 4 spots available to go fishing with those guys on that 2-day trip on the 16th, 17th, 18th aboard the Tribute out of C4 Sport Fishing. And then also the tickets are available now. You can buy them at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Right. You can buy them at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, and you can buy them at C4 Sport Fishing. $25 a person. All the money, all the proceeds raised go to Friends of Rollo and taking kids fishing.
I think there's going to be some great raffle items.
Oh,
and I know there's going to be a couple of closed bid items. I think one of them's a 3-day trip on the Shogun or RP. I forget which it is.
Some silent auction items.
So there's going to be some great items.
There's going to be trips to go fishing with Paul and Dave Marciano back east in Glasta to go fishing for wicked tuna back there on their boat with them. That raffle alone is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, just to get to participate.
Oh, yeah, just to be there. It's limited to 200 people, okay? So, and we're getting pretty close to that number.
And it's going to be at the Valley High.
At the Valley. Oh, it's
beautiful
great
place.
venue.
Right on the water.
And the $25 is dinner included.
Well, it's hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, it's hors d'oeuvres. Yeah,
hors
so
d'oeuvres.
that hors d'oeuvres
Heavy
are
hors
included.
d'oeuvres.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, no.
That's dinner for me.
No, I'll tell you what, Larry and Tommy.
No host bar.
Larry and Tommy are really going to take great care of us over there. Larry and Tommy are such fantastic supporters of fishing and fishermen and the whole industry, and they've given us this beautiful venue to host this reception, and we really want to throw out thanks. So if you want to go, 4 ways to do it. You get tickets at Dana Landing, $25. You get a ticket at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. You get a ticket at C4 Sport Fishing or at rollokids.org. You can buy them right online. If you're not in the San Diego area, you want to come down for the reception on Monday, June 15th from 5 to 7:30, rollokids.org. Get your tickets now because, like I say, the list is filling and it's almost full. So get on.
And so on a different subject, I want to mention that we have a couple of new charter boats that will be running some open party also out of Fisherman's Landing. We have the Maximus with Keith, who, as you know, is very well known in Puerto Vallarta. A very, very good fisherman. And we have the new Bluefin with Bob Erlandson.
Bob Aronson.
So,
yes. Bob's a great guy. Bob's a great friend of ours, and we know Bob, and boy, have you been there. He's putting some work into that boat.
His boat looks really nice.
I like it too.
Really
it's a really cool boat. It's like a smaller charter group. So you got the group of
12, 14 guys.
Exactly, group of 10 guys.
Perfect.
I couldn't get over how big that boat is between the rails and the house. I mean, 2 guys can walk by shoulder to shoulder and really big bait tanks and
super wide,
and brand new RSW fish holder. I mean, it's it's cool. It's a very cool. That's going to be like the ultimate stealth boat.
Bob's a technician, and he's put a lot of work. He and Tony, his partner, in there, put a lot of work and a lot of money into it.
It's just nice to have new blood.
Yeah. And it's been fun watching the Maximus, too, when they came in. And those guys, the second that the lines got attached to that dock, they have just been doing what you do and working on the boat. And it looks beautiful, too. I know new topside paint, and the boat looks really good. And you see guys down there just turning wrenches and getting ready for an awesome
He had a lot of
season.
work to do because he had to get it Coast Guard approved because, then...
When you're running in Mexico, it's not the same as...
So it's he's done a great job.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's going to be a fun season for sure. Well, as you can hear, we've got a great show coming for you. Again, 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. When we come back, we're going to be taking those phone calls. Lots of great information coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
If you've heard the advice Scott Sherman from Fifth Avenue Insurance has given anglers over the past couple of years, you know there is much more to your boat insurance than just a low rate. Well, Fifth Avenue Insurance can not only find you the lowest rates on your boat insurance, they also make sure the coverage you get meets all your needs. What if you had an accident with the boat and found out you didn't have proper coverage? Well, that just won't happen when you insure with Fifth Avenue Insurance. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Fifth Avenue Avenue Insurance, 619-640-3130, or check the number 5 THAVEINS.com.
Mark your calendar for the big event. The Longfin in Orange, Southern California's premier fishing superstore, is having a Shimano Day, Saturday, June 13th. The Longfin will have Shimano, Power Pro, and G. Loomis factory representatives on hand to show you the latest rods and reels from Shimano One, the latest rods from G. Loomis, and all the new line from Power Pro. Power Pro experts will be on hand as well to teach you the best connections and talk about how to use Power Pro to improve your fishing. Inside the Longfin, there's a Shimano store within the store, and there will be special offers available from Shimano, G. Loomis, and Power Pro for this one day only. The day starts off with Pete and Rick doing the Let's Talk Hookup radio show live from the entrance of the Longfin at 7. Plus, you can win great stuff in a big raffle with lots of giveaways. Shimano Day is Saturday, June 13th, starting at 7 at the Longfin, 2730 East Chapman, just off the 55 freeway in Orange. For directions or more information, check out the website at longfin.com.
Your hook is one of the most important parts of your fishing tackle, and that is why you should use the hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation. Gamakatsu. As Japan's leading hook manufacturer and growing at an amazing pace, Gamakatsu is responsible for introducing a unique tempering process to give Gamakatsu hooks superior strength and durability. Plus, the conically needle-honed points stay sharp. Gamakatsu offers a hook for every fishing situation, including the finest one-piece ringed hooks, light wire, standard, and heavy-duty live bait hooks, and the popular Nautilus circle hooks. Get Gamakatsu hooks at your favorite tackle store and stay connected to that fish of a lifetime. Captains Mark Gillette and Chris Switzer want you to know now is the time to book your trips and charters aboard the Eclipse and Commander, the newest addition to their family. The 65-foot Commander is a super clean vessel that is low to the water, with RSW fish hold and spacious galley, perfect for 1 to 2 day trips from Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Come experience superior customer service, the finest fish handling, and quality food aboard the Commander. The same great service that has made the Eclipse one of the top boats in the fleet. Their slogan, "Compromise Elsewhere," says it all. The Eclipse is the widest sport fisher in her class, offering plenty of room with a rail. The Eclipse from Seaforth Sport Fishing sets the standard in quality and style for your offshore trip from 1 to 3 days. Charters and open party trips are available now aboard the Commander, and a limited number of charters are available aboard the Eclipse. To secure your spot, call Eclipse Commander Sport Fishing at 619-995-6880 or book online at EclipseSportFishing.com or CommanderSportFishing.com.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The ranch is small, it's very personal, very intimate. I don't think there's anywhere else that you could have the old Baja feel and have all those miles of beachfront, the palapa roofs and the stone walls. There's not a room that you don't have some kind of ocean view. You don't give up any amenities at the ranch. It's just very rustic. You know how when you cook outdoors it tastes better? Well, that's Rancho Leonero. It just tastes better. We have paddle boards, we've got kayaks, we've got snorkeling equipment, of course. We've got 12 super pongas. We have dive trips. We've got over 40 kayaks at the hotel. We've got all accurate equipment, very top of the line. And when the fishing's good, we'll freeze your fish, pack it all up, send it home with you. People love it. They'll come back 5-6 times a year. That's the highest accolade we can get. 1-800-646-2252, 646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. It's unique.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
All right, how about a little deja vu? You just heard John Ireland. Now, here he is, live from Rancho Leonero. Buenos dias, John.
Hi, John.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Pete, Rick. Yes, we got all the boats out this morning. I haven't had a lick of rain yet, believe it or not.
You're fishing today?
Yeah, we sent out 9 boats for the tourney this morning.
Sweet!
So, yeah,
Let's Talk Hookup tournament. That's great news.
Great news, John.
Well, that is good news. And good news for the gang. The 9 that are fishing is about half the size of our normal tourney. All the prizes remain the same, so it just doubles their chances of winning something nice.
Oh, yeah. So that means they're going to get 3 days of fishing in.
Exactly, yeah. They'll have all 3 days. They're not going to miss a day of fishing. And, that's the irony of the whole thing,
Yeah.
I got to mention about the weather. I went on the weather news today, and it's past us 200 and some miles out in the Pacific now on the other side, and they're still wishing it on us,
Yeah.
I've got them anyway. they say they're scientists, but they're news people and they're in it for the ratings. And I understand when people are in danger and all that, but when it's truly past and they continue to harp Cabo gets old. It's going to make landfall right at a town called Guerrero Negro with a population of almost 50,000 people. And you've never heard them mention Guerrero Negro once, have you? So
no.
They really care about life and all that. So you think they would be a little more scientific and not so ratings oriented.
It's a sensational, and also they're harping on the sensationalism after the big major hurricane last October, right?
Well, this morning on the Weather Channel they were playing excerpts of Odile from last year, and I promise you it's gone by, and I promise you we haven't had a lick of rain, and it's actually scared half the people away. You know, they're it's too bad, but it's newsworthy, and they're in it for the news. And as long as they're getting the ratings, they're going to continue to harp on this stuff. So.
Well, I know they closed the ports in Southern Baja there, and they closed the airport too because my flight was canceled today on Alaska.
The government closed the airport.
The government closed the airport
for all the flights. And again, I don't get it. They're predicting a 100% chance of participation today, and we might get it, but we sure haven't gotten it yet. And again, you know, I think everybody's erring on the side of precaution, and I get that. But it's like you say, it's gone by us now. So
well, I got on a flight tomorrow, so I'll be there tomorrow. I'll miss a day, and we'll get on the flight to Alaska Airlines tomorrow.
I'll come get you, Pete, and we'll go fishing. And hopefully, like I say, these low pressures and all that help the fishing. And so hopefully we're going to get some good results today from the gang that went out, from all the storm fishermen that hung in there.
Well, and kudos to those people that hung with it and kind of believed in what you guys were saying. I totally understand.
If it would have been me, I would have really considered the way the news just harped on it.
Well, how about what the other airlines were doing? I guess the story was that Alaska Airlines was telling everybody getting on the flight yesterday at Lindbergh Field that this was an evacuation and they highly recommend you don't go.
I'm sorry on the radio, but that's bullshit.
Come on.
I'm sorry, but they had scheduled flights. They had two scheduled flights yesterday that they were going in on schedule, and they're picking people on schedule that are coming out. Cabo has not been hit by a hurricane, and they're not evacuating anybody. And it's sad that they make those kind of announcements because my understanding is a number of people got up and didn't board the plane.
Yeah, they got out.
Nice job, Alaska.
They could be fishing today in Rancho.
But like I say, it's past us, and I'm harping. I got it off my chest. Let's talk about the fishing last week. Good fishing, the tuna, yellowfin was the word last week, and it's still very, very good, the yellowfin fishing. Not quite as good as it was, more spotty. There's not quite as many big schools around. That said, really quality fish. Mark Rayer Friday, everybody knows now, picked up a 200-pounder just 15 miles off the ranch on a school of porpoise with a Rapala, a CD18, my understanding is. And a nice fish, 200-pounder. So there's a lot of tuna around, spotty outside and all, and the boats are scoring them. Marlin fishing inside on the bump is usual, very, very good. A lot of Dorado around, not big Dorado. We're getting a few of the occasional big bull on the marlin lures. That said, the schooling fish is at 5 to 10 pounds, something like that. That said, a lot of them around, both inside and outside. Good amberjack fishing. They've been picking up a lot of amberjack, skipjack everywhere if you want skipjack. Inside's been good fishing, pompano, good rooster fishing. It's good fishing. Should be interesting to see how the guys do today. Like I said, I think the storm is going to pump it up, and it normally does.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm just so jealous of those guys going out fishing, and we want to thank substitute tournament director Pam Simone for doing a job. We got all the paperwork to her yesterday and got everything taken care of. So Pam's going to take care of business down there, and we're very thankful for all the people that did make the trip down there. And have a great time, John, and I will see you tomorrow. And we're looking forward to great results for our Let's Talk Hookup Rancho Leonero tournament. This is our 19th year. So
unbelievable.
How cool.
Yeah. Unbelievable. We'll have fun, and I'll come pick you up, buddy.
All right. Very good, John. In the meantime, if somebody wants to make a booking, it's going to be a great year in the East Cape. How do we get a hold of you?
800-646-2252 or rancholeonero.com.
All right. Thanks, John, and we'll see you tomorrow and talk to you next Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate the call this morning. Yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate deal that the news media plays things out so badly.
As far as the airlines, though, they've got to err on the side of precaution,
no
or they're
question.
going to get sued. That's why our society is today.
There's no
you
question.
took us into a storm.
Yeah.
It's just.
And hurricanes are unpredictable.
They are unpredictable.
Yeah.
They can change directions in no time at all.
No question about it. This time we got lucky.
That's correct.
Yeah, this time, as they say.
Let's just hope it spins a bunch of yellowfin up. Let's just hope it spins a bunch of yellowfin up our way.
Yeah, we hope that's the case. It's gonna be a busy hurricane season in the south there. So it's gonna happen.
I'm with you, man. I just let you go back to booger catching wahoos. That sounds good to me. That's all I can remember from the first part of the show, and it just has a really good ring to it.
Yeah, it has a nice ring to it. Well, let's jump into those jam-packed phones.
You got it, man. The phones really are. They're packed solid. We're going to start it off with Eddie, who's calling us from Vista this morning. Eddie, good morning. Thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Really clear, Eddie.
Okay. Hey, Frank, I'm really stoked because I'm going on your 15-day trip that I won at Frenzarolo.
Which one is that? Which one?
That was the big.
You're cutting out. Thanksgiving trip. Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Is this going to be your first long-range trip, Eddie?
This is going to be my first long-range trip. I've had some shorter long-range trips, but never anything like this. This is bucket list for me.
Now, this was the trip that was won as the grand prize, one of the grand prize drawings from the Frenzarolo that they drew at the Del Mar show?
Yes, I about fell off the couch when Jim called me because it was the ticket that nobody could read, and I guess they redrew later on.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Well, congratulations. You're going to have a great time.
Well, lucky you, Eddie.
So thank you guys for everything you do, Frenzarolo and Let's Talk Hookup show. And
well, you wouldn't have won the ticket if you weren't supporting us, so thank you.
All right. Have a great trip, Eddie. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right. How about next up, we talked to Leroy, calling us from Carmel Mountain this morning. Morning, Leroy. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Leroy? Great.
What do you recommend for line size on a day and a half trip?
I would say 25 to 40 on a day and a half trip, and I would... actually, I'd say 25, 40, and 50. Some guys would say 25, 40, and 60. I like the 50 because I think you'll get bit more, and I think you can land a 120-pound bluefin on 50, no problem. So that's the way I would go myself. What do you think, Rick?
I dead on. I think that's perfect.
So some of these are pretty picky. What about going down to 20? There's been rumors of guys dropping down to 20 and getting bit.
You can go to 20. You can go ahead and fish your 40 with some 20-pound top shot fluorocarbon if you want. But
will it get bit better?
Of course it'll get bit better.
Yeah,
of course. Okay. Whether you'll land it or not is another
the big question. Right?
I mean,
Kathy, what do you think?
What you're saying is you want to hook a 30-pound fish. Well, what if it's a 70-pound?
Yeah, then you're in trouble, right?
No, if you're in big fish, you go out with 50. 60 is just a lot more. It's just stiffer. And 50 is still that flexible line.
Sure.
You can go out with 20 and get bit all day, but you're not going to have anything to take home and eat.
Are you fishing a short top shot?
Do I? Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Always. But no fluorocarbon.
No, that's right, of course.
Yeah, I'm not that. Yeah, I'm a mono girl.
The mono girl, yeah.
But not to say that, fluorocarbon's a great product for people that believe in it, but...
Yeah.
Are you the only one that's not fishing fluorocarbon? Of the people do believe in it.
Yeah, I'm an oddball. I admit it, but I just can't get bit with fluorocarbon, so I just won't fish it.
Well, and you get bit with mono. So
and you know why she doesn't get bit? Because it's all right here.
Yeah, and there's a lot to that, right?
That's right.
You got to use what you're confident in.
Right, and that's why people get bit with fluorocarbon. They're confident in it.
Right.
And, it doesn't matter what's out there and what you're putting out there. As long as you have confidence in it, you're going to get bit.
Yes.
Any part of your equipment you don't have confidence in, that's where it's going to fail.
The problem with that 20-pound, too, is bluefin, they have some teeth. I mean, they definitely do, and they're so notorious, at least for me. I mean, the one thing I always see is you get those things to deep color, and you watch them.
That's when they do it, Rick.
They open their mouth, and they start shaking their head.
They get right side up.
Exactly.
They're no longer on their side.
Exactly.
They get right side up, and they start just going. Their nose and head is moving just back and forth like this, and they are.
Saw blade.
It's a saw blade. I mean, I'd like to see you run your finger across those teeth back and forth for for about 2 minutes, and you wouldn't even have much of a finger.
Yeah. It's like that old saying, big fish don't just break your line, they break your heart.
And
that's when they're going to do it,
they
right?
Do it right then. Yeah, it's not at the
You
beginning of it. It's,
it's right at the end.
Don't
do it.
You pulled on them for too long, and you hooked them on too light a gear, and you maybe hooked them a little bit deep because you were using a smaller hook trying to get a bite, and you put all that effort into it, and they get straight up and down, and you watch them. They just open their mouths, they start shaking their head, boom, that's it.
And my old saying about that is, a lot of people always say it's, I'd rather hook one than not hook one. And yet I just don't understand why they're pouting so bad when they lose it.
I'd rather hook one on 40-pound and put them on the boat than hook 4 on 20-pound and lose them all.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks a lot for the call. Good luck on your trip, Leroy.
How about next up we talk to Tony. Tony's calling us from Pomona this morning. Hi, Tony. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Tony.
I have a question on the bluefin tuna, they say, with the moon phase. Is that theory or is that, what is up with that?
Well, that's, most people believe that, or a lot of your operators always believe that it's good fishing on the new moon. It starts to pick up, and the week before the full is some of the best fishing for bluefin. But there's enough times that it has happened that they bite just as well after the full. It's kind of hard to predict, but if you were to go with the majority opinion, they like the week or two before the full.
Okay, good. And I have a little story from last week that I want to say real quick. We were fishing and we were coming in, and everybody had their gear broken down, and these 100-pound bluefin tuna were jumping. It was unbelievable. These guys hooked up with 20-pound. They lost. We hooked up 2 of them and lost them, but nothing like this I ever saw in my life in American waters. These bluefin were just boiling all over the place. Unbelievable.
So cool, Tony.
Yeah, it's here. Thanks a lot.
All we need, Tony, is for this bluefin to get on the bite, which I think it will. Who knows when? It could be 2 days. It could be 2 weeks.
Could be today.
That's right. It could be. And so
it's here.
Once it starts biting, it should bite pretty good. So.
All right. Love it. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls. We're going to check in with the catch reports, find out what's biting up and down the beach. Lots of great stuff. You coming up. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I have had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
Good morning, it's Whitney from Mammoth Lakes, California. Come on up, the water's fine, is what the Eastern Tier is touting. And in Mammoth Lakes, it's much more than just the water. This summer, our 4 lakes will be stocked with almost 16,000 pounds of healthy fighting trout. From fishing and biking to hiking and horseback riding, there's a legendary story waiting for adventurers of all ages in Mammoth Lakes. Start planning your next adventure at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
Here's important news from Searcher Sport Fishing. Our 2015 schedule is now available at searchersportfishing.com. This is Captain Art Taylor. After an outstanding 2014 season, I promise our trips will fill fast. The Searcher offers great service, awesome food, air-conditioned cabins, an RSW system to preserve your catch, and plenty of room at the rail. Call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403, or book online today at searchersportfishing.com.
It's time for our Power Pro 60-second seminar. We always say it on your next fishing trip. The Power Pro Advantage And especially on touchy fish like bluefin, the Power Pro advantage is using that Power Pro and then putting a little piece of fluorocarbon or mono on it because it just fly lines the bait so much better.
When you ask Kathy about being a short top shot person, there's the difference. You know, I mean, the main reason that 20-pound gets bit so good is it's a small diameter, and your bait fish is able to pull it through the water so much better. It looks more natural. It looks like it's supposed to look. Well, if you want to use 40-pound or 50-pound and just to tie that to your Power Pro is that skinny, small diameter that cuts through the water like the 20. So now you get the advantage of your bait swimming great, but the better advantage of having a piece of 50-pound inside that fish's mouth instead of the 20.
You bet. And you check out the new Max Quattro, which is 20% thinner than original Power Pro. That means 65-pound is actually, or 65-pound is the diameter of 50-pound, and vice versa, all that. So check it out. Power Pro, the way to get bit at your local tackle store. I'm very excited to share my experience with the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 touchscreen chart plotter and sonar unit I just installed on my boat. I've been a Simrad electronics fan for many years and always enjoyed the ease of use and incredible technology. Last year I installed the new 4G broadband radar and could not believe the difference. So this year I upgraded to the new NSS Evo 2 and it's amazing. With an easy-to-use tablet-style interface that's fresh but familiar, the Simrad NSS Evo 2 combines a multi-touch screen with push-to-select rotary dial for precision control and speedy response. The core of any marine electronic for me is how it marks fish, and the new NSS Evo 2 with built-in Sonar Hub sounder technology, including chirp and structure scan, can't be beat. Now, the true test is whether I need to pick up the manual to figure it out. And guess what? The new Simrad gear is so easy, I didn't need it. There's a lot more to the new Simrad NSS Evo 2 system I'd like to tell you, but best to just go to your local Simrad dealer and check it out. Or see simrad-yachting.com for more details.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Padres are playing some kind of baseball.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Phones are going solid. The fishing's going solid. It's time to find out what's biting out there. Today it is time for the Catch Report, sponsored by Dana Landing on Mission Bay, your one-stop shop for everything you need to go fishing. A complete saltwater tackle shop, a full deli. They have trips. They have six-pack charters. That brand-new Blackjack, a perfect four-pack boat. And when it comes to freshwater tackle, check out East County Bait and Tackle, full of all the freshwater tackle and live bait you need for a great day in the lake. Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld, next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay, and East County Bait and Tackle at the end of the 67 freeway at Mapleview and Lakeside. Check DanaLanding.com. It was a lot of fun having those guys from Dana and East County on the show yesterday. That was a really fun show. And speaking of fun, we're going to find out what's biting up at Dana War Sport Fishing, because the man, Captain Brian Woolley, is standing by. What's up, Brian?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Great. What's going on out there?
Hey, well, another pretty good week for us up here, and gosh, what a way to start the month of June. We're still seeing some of that kelp patty yellowtail right out in front of the harbor there, anywhere from 2 miles to 8 miles. Still a good grade of fish on those kelps, in the 18 to almost 30-pound range. These fish are eating the heavy line with no problem, flyline sardine or flyline mackerel. No big scores on those fish per se this week, but certainly it's given us some shots at it on our 3/4 day trips, kind of getting out in the morning, spending some time in the water has been pretty nice out there, and looking for those kelps and catching a few of those. The calico bass fishing, remains real strong along the kelp here too. We had some really good anchovy and sardine in our bait this week, and certainly that's been the key to that bass fishing. And also seeing a few and catching a few of those yellowtail along the edge of the kelp, like around San Onofre and down at Barn Kelp, kind of those good kelpy areas. And of course, the big hype out of this week here has been that good bluefin sign right out front. That big grade of fish. We haven't been targeting it per se, but frankly, it's too big for our guys. But who knows if that stuff keeps showing and settles a little bit. Maybe we'll change our thoughts a little bit. It's been mixed grade. There's been some small stuff we've seen, the 20 to 40 pound stuff on up to those jumbos that everyone's seen in the paper and whatnot. So that's kind of what we have going on. Full gamut. The Fury's been fishing San Clemente Island. He was over there yesterday and had some good bottom fishing and some yellows mixed into his count too. So we got everything running out of the landing there. Twilight trips, half-day trips, 3/4 day trips. I'm sure there's a half-day today. It's a kids fish free with a paid adult on Sundays. So if you guys want to book a trip or hop on one of those, call the landing. The phone number there is 496-5794. Also, you can check us out on the web at danawharf.com. And then you want to save a few bucks on a local trip, you can link us right on our banner ad right there on the Let's Talk Hookup webpage, and that'll take you over, and you can book it from there.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Great fishing going on, Brian. Appreciate the great report. Looks like we got a good week of weather coming this way too, so certainly should be some good fishing, but at least earlier and in the latter part of the week for sure. So appreciate a great report, Brian. As always, we'll look forward to talking to you next Sunday.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Brian. I have a Mammoth Lakes fish report from Whitney Lennon.
All right.
Up there in Mammoth. It sounds like things are really happening. And now the backcountry lakes are starting to open up. Snow's melting, and the ice is starting to free up at the upper elevations above 10,000 feet. And bring your camera because it's just so scenic up in that place. Lundy Lake and Barney Lake and all those type of things are places are fishing really strong. Water level conditions are pretty darn good. You know, they got a little bit of precipitation, and water levels are doing okay. So, you know, of course, Crowley and Lake Mary and all of those great places are just fishing very, very strong. And, you know, they're doing a lot of private stocking this year. The Mammoth Lakes has put in a lot of money, and they're putting a lot of fish in. This week, 1,600 more pounds of trout are being stocked in the Mammoth Lakes basins. They have a lot of different things going on, including the Fred Hall Father's Day Derby on June 20th and 21st. Bart's going to be there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to give away a lot of great equipment and have a lot of fun. I know Bart always says, you got to come up for Father's Day
That'd
weekend.
Be fun.
It's a really good time. So visit mammoth.com for more information, and it's a great time of the year to go up the Mammoth Lakes.
That's for sure. Well, I'm sure we'll hear from some of our other catch porters a little later on in the show, but for now, that's going to wrap up our catch port again, sponsored by Job Site Supply, specializing in the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades. Unistrut is the original metal framing system that features unique weldless construction. Unistrut metal framing is the time and money-saving alternative to conventional support methods. You can see the largest selection of Unistrut at Job Site Supply. For more information, go to jobsitesupplyco.com for more details. And like we were saying, I mean, you want to talk about everything that those guys do. They are extremely hardcore fishermen. Skeet and Dan are in the tackle store, at least with us, all the time, and really, really good group of guys to do business with.
And if you're a fisherman and you're in the construction business, you should do business with Job Site Supply.
I agree.
Just for that simple thing like you were talking yesterday about the little battery pack for your
for
gyros, man.
Yeah,
who else would give you that info?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly
Fisherman
what those guys do. They are as hardcore as they come. And I'm telling you, if you're sick and tired of, you know, going through your batteries, I mean, one pack of the rechargeable, you can the battery pack that I was talking about, it's small enough that it just puts in your, I just put it in my jacket pocket. And your gyros will run for a week off of one charge of that thing. And when you're done, it's your drill battery. It's really cool. But that's the kind of knowledge you get from not only for your business but also for your couldn't agree more, man. That's for sure. Well, the phone lines are packed up. We're going to jump right back into the phones. This time, talk to Tom, calling us from San Diego this morning. Hi, Tom. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Well, good morning, everybody, and look forward to seeing everybody or a lot of people a week from tomorrow at the Friends of Rolla reception.
Yes, indeed, the captain's reception at the Valley High.
That's right. I'm glad Kathy's buying the drinks. Anyhow, I always love to talk to Kathy and Frank about their exploits other than off the coast of San Diego. So when are you guys heading down after those jumping bass down in South America?
Well, that comes in January.
All right. Yeah, going again in January.
Yes, we are.
For peacocks.
Yes, we are.
Every year we say we're going to do some other country, and every year we go right back. It's so exciting to fish those peacock bass.
The success you guys have had down there has just been awesome. I mean, big ones.
Especially the success Kathy's had.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
What are you saying? She's been out fishing you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But this
last trip at El Salto,
it was your turn, right?
She got outfished.
Yeah.
Very rare occasion.
You were the big dog on that one.
Yeah, that was fun. That was very, very fun. But there was 4 of us at the lodge, the whole lodge.
Wow.
So it was pretty darn nice.
That's really cool.
And this is an Angler's Inn. This is another lodge.
This is Bill Chapman Sr.'s lodge. It's
a
beautiful lodge.
What's it called?
Billy Chapman Sr.
Billy Chapman Sr.
That's
okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I know it's small lodge, up to 16 people.
16 people.
At Lake El Salto.
Fabulous food.
Yeah.
It's right next to Junior's Lodge.
Yeah.
I mean,
there.
it's just a little
the
ways
service
away.
is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just
Food's
such
good.
personalized, and homemade soup for lunch, homemade soup for dinner. I mean, the soups are just phenomenal, and the rest of the meals are just great.
Some of the best ribeyes I've ever had in my life.
Whoa, yeah,
unbelievable.
That's Sonoran beef.
Anyhow,
Oh,
it was a great time.
Yeah.
El Salto. And yes, we are looking forward to going to Manaus and doing that trip again. We got a great group. We got Al off the XL going.
Oh, cool.
And we've got the Carnes brothers going. We got a nice group. We got Bill Shedd going.
Wow, that'll be great.
A fun trip.
It'll be a good time. All right, Tom, you better get on it.
Hey, I'd love to. By the way, I want to thank Doug Kern yesterday for helping me out on some questions about reels. And I didn't realize old-timers, well, probably, Frank, you know this, you know what the nickname for bluefin tuna is, right?
No, I don't.
He said jumping fish.
Oh, I have another name for him.
Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right, hey, let's continue on with our catch report. We got the man, our surf guru, Gundy Gunderson, is standing by this morning. What's up, Gundy?
Hey, guys, how you doing today?
Great. Doing great, Gundy. Good morning.
We had a pretty good week of fishing here. A little bit more northern this week. You know, some of the southern beaches from Newport Beach south, a little more influenced by that swell, that wind, so those guys reported a little bit slow action. But up north, the perch bite's in full swing. A little late for the perch bite to be in full swing, but heck, everything's different. Starting up in Santa Barbara, perch action very solid. Hook, line, sinker reported excellent action on perch to pound and a half, 2-inch sandworms, root beer, red flake, grubs, clear red flake grubs, and the smaller hard jerkbaits all working. East Beach, Graveyards, Butterfly, Hope Ranch, all that area kicking out fish. No stripers reported this week. That seemed to be on the full moon there. Some short to legal white sea bass also reported on the Lucky Craft, and it's nice to see these juvenile fish in, and that bodes well for the future. Wiley's reported strong grunion run and a nice influx of short to legal halibut. Yesterday, the shop checked in a 5-pound, 2-ounce fish taken on a blue mackerel, 5/8-ounce crocodile at Coral Beach, little sandy, rocky beach. That rock mixed with that sand, always good for that halibut, especially on them grunion runs. The anglers reported lots of short fish in there. Sargo bite, very good up Point Magoo there. The fish were caught over the rocks. Guys fishing cut anchovy and squid. And they also reported a 61-inch leopard shark. And up and down the coast, we had really good leopard shark action. The fish was released, caught at the chart house on a chunk of mackerel there. The leopard bite's also been good in the Seal Beach area there. Just Fishing in Redondo reported excellent halibut action off Torrance Beach, the Avenues, Lucky Craft, crocodiles getting the bite there. Seal Beach, Bolsa Chica Inlet was the halibut hotspot for those guys. Big fish reported. A nice mix of legal and short fish on the tide, lots of smelt moving through that inlet. And that striped bass bite went on for 3 days, real solid there off that jetty, and then those fish disappeared too. The striped bass are real moon-oriented, so for some reason that last full moon had those fish on the go. And then moving south, the best bet in the southern waters was the lagoon fishing off of San Diego there, and the guys were starting to get some really nice spot fin. Pacific Coast started a spot fin derby this month, and they already have a 5-pound, 2-ounce fish on the leaderboard. Still, that halibut bite's solid in the lagoons and stuff. The beaches are clearing up this weekend, so we should see the action pick right back up. But overall, very good week of fishing, and I think we got some nice weather. It ought to continue. Slow on the Corbina, which is a little odd. You know, June's usually a good month for that Corbina, but there's just been very few sand crabs on the beach. This week I did get some reports of more sand crabs, so I think once those sand crab schools get on the beach, I think we'll jump right into that really good Corbina action. So that's about it from the surf.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Great
Gundy
report,
Gunderson,
Gundy.
our surf guru. Again, thanks a lot. It's time to go fishing.
It is time. All right, you guys.
Talk
Good
to you
show.
next week.
Really
Thanks,
enjoying
Gundy.
it, and you guys have a good week of fishing.
You too.
All right. Well, hey, let's continue with the catch report. We're going to go to the Eclipse right now. Captain Mark Gillette is on the line. What's up, Mark?
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going?
Doing
Morning,
great.
Mark.
Good morning.
Sure, it's hard to follow Gundy's report. Well, I tell you, it was brutally tough yesterday. I'm not going to sugarcoat it one bit. You know, I figured I got to call in when it's good. I got to call in when it was tough fishing too.
No question.
We just want to let everybody know it was tough. We saw a lot of bluefin all up in U.S. waters. You know, quite a bit of an area of it really. stretched out now from basically, I think some of this fish is walking up into San Clemente Island. I won't be surprised if in the next week or two here, you hear guys catching it inside the cove there. We're walking right up into the cove yesterday and out to the west of there towards towards the Tanner and Cortez. So it's quite a bit of spread of bluefin now out there. It's just, I think it's spawning right now, and kind of like, we would be when we're busy doing that, last thing we're thinking about is eating. So, I think that's what the fish are doing right now. But, I think that, the volume of fish there speaks for itself. We saw a lot of it in, visual fish and on the machinery. Just wasn't biting for us yesterday. And, we just had a great group of people once again on the Eclipse, man. I would thank you guys so much for coming out that came out with us. They're listening to the show here. What a fantastic group of people. And we'll get them next time. And, that's what we got going on. A couple 2.5-day trips coming up in the beginning of July if guys want to get out with us.
Yeah, indeed. And I know for the Wicked Tuna, the Tuna Wars, you're full on that trip. There are trips available on the Tribute with the Wicked Tuna. Are you going to be at the reception on June 15th, Mark?
I will be there. Most of the crew will be there as well. We will be there on the 15th, and we're looking forward to having Captain Marciano out with us and a host of other folks. And I think there's still some spots like 5 or 6 spots I think left on the Tribute. So guys are looking to get out. They can just get on the fundsofrollo.org there and purchase their tickets. And if they just want to come out and sponsor us, even though they can't make it out and be there in spirit, they can get on and make a donation to the team that they of their choice to get on that. Sponsor the Team Eclipse there.
There you go. All right. That sounds really good. All right, Mark. Well, we'll see you on June 15th at Valley High. And in the meantime, if we want to get on Tribute, how do we get a hold of you?
Eclipse.
If you want to get on the Tribute, then you can just call C4 Sport.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You got me all confused there, Mark.
I don't care where you guys go fishing, as long as you come fishing out of C4 Sport Fishing. If you guys want to come out on the Eclipse, you can just check us out at eclipsesportfishing.com, or if you want to go out of the Commander on Long Beach, you can just get on the Burst 55 there, longbeachsportfishing.com. He's running some trips out to the tuna grounds as well. So that's it for now, guys. Wish I had something better to report. Hopefully next weekend we do, and we'll keep you guys posted.
Thanks, Mark. Good report. Appreciate that very much.
Thanks, guys. Have a good morning.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. Another full hour with a big block of your phone calls. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
The fishing season started early, so now is the time to visit the best saltwater tackle store anywhere. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. With more inventory than ever before, we know the demand is going to be huge this season, so why wait? Visit us now and get your pick of the best equipment. Hey, there are already tuna, yellowtail, and marlin in local waters, so gear up now for what could be our best season ever. Take advantage of our expert staff that knows how to outfit you the right way. Come by and see us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or saltwatertackle.com. Fisherman's Landing has been the choice of sport fishing anglers for decades with the largest fleet of long-range boats worldwide, complemented by Southern California's finest charter and open party fleet. From a half-day trip on the Dolphin to overnight trips or a long-range adventure, you can count on Fisherman's Landing to deliver the best. Check the website for all that is going on or call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500. Book now at fishermanslanding.com.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
You know, the ranch is unique. It's one of the few places in the world where you can still drive ATVs up the beach. We have fishing from the beach. We have dive trips that we run to Pomo in a number of different spots. Kayaking, of course, has been real big. We were one of the first hotels to introduce kayaking. The ranch is small, you know, it's intimate. It's 34 rooms, so everyone gets to know everyone. The old saying, where everyone knows your name. Well, truly at Rancho Leonero, the employees do know pretty darn near all our guests' names. And what's even more interesting is most of the guests know each other's names. Very personal, very intimate, and a special, special environment. 2 miles of beachfront, a mile on either side of the hotel. Rancho Leonero is really the last of the old-style Baja fishing resorts. 1-800-646-2252. 1-800-646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero.
Mark your calendar for the big event,
The Longfin in Orange, Southern California's premier fishing superstore, is having a Shimano Day, Saturday, June 13th. The Longfin will have Shimano, Power Pro, and G. Loomis factory representatives on hand to show you the latest rods and reels from Shimano One, the latest rods from G. Loomis, and all the new line from Power Pro. Power Pro experts will be on hand as well to teach you the best connections and talk about how to use Power Pro to improve your fishing. Inside the Longfin, there's a Shimano store within the store, and there will be special offers available from Shimano, G. Loomis, and Power Pro for this one day only. The day starts off with Pete and Rick doing the Let's Talk Hookup radio show live from the entrance of the Longfin at 7. Plus, you can win great stuff in a big raffle with lots of giveaways. Shimano Day is Saturday, June 13th, starting at 7 at the Longfin, 2730 East Chapman, just off the 55 freeway in Orange. For directions or more information, check out the website at longfin.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh my gosh, this club is playing fantastic baseball.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Information is the key to success, and inside information is even better. When it comes to fishing, inside information is critical, and that's what FishDope.com delivers. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and save fuel. FishDope.com is the only SST service with a satellite oceanographic PhD on board. The only fish finding service with a spotter plane. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com boasts the largest code group anywhere, covering sport boats, commercial boats, and private boaters. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. What I'm telling you is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, good luck. Membership costs less than 40 gallons of gas for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, stay tuned for the special code to save $20 on a FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For over 20 years, AFCO has been known for its traditional fishing shorts. We now will also be known for our new line of next-generation fishing and board shorts. Our new M82 tactical fishing shorts feature quick-dry, high-tech, two-way stretch fabric, zipper fly, 6 functional pockets plus pliers pocket, sublimated camo print, and our DWR finish so your shorts don't get stained. Also new to the AFCO line are the M25 Stingray board shorts. The Stingray board shorts feature new, quick-dry, 4-way mind stretch fabric, modern zipper fly, 2 technical high-cargo pockets with inverted zippers, silicone printed draw cords, along with our DWR finish to repel stains. Both shorts are new to the AFCO line and come in a variety of colors and sizes. These technically advanced fishing and board shorts continue AFCO's long tradition of providing the world's finest fishing and board shorts. Check them out today at better shops everywhere.
Are you as excited about spring fishing as I am? The water stayed warm all winter, which means it's shaping up to be one of the best seasons ever to get out on the water. It's also shaping up to be one of the best seasons ever to visit your Ford dealer. The all-new F-150s are starting to roll in. With over 100 new patents, it's guaranteed to be a game changer. The new Mustang also has everyone buzzing. You've got to check it out. And the new Fusion, Focus, and Escape are better than ever. Fuel efficient and loaded with technology. There's as much interest in these new Fords as there is in spring fishing. In fact, Ford was the most searched automotive brand on Google last year. And once again, it's America's best-selling brand based on 2014 calendar year sales, which makes Ford the brand more people search, buy, and buy again. There's a lot to be excited about this spring, whether you're after tuna, yellowtail, halibut, or a brand new Ford. So visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.